Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Y'all, let's have some real fun. Stay tuned. And here is today's project. This is another easy peasy lemon squeezy project, and it is so stinking cute. And today's project is a project with a twist because I am going to be doing a social media challenge on this project. This is my first time ever doing any type of a challenge on the channel, and I thought I'd start with this wonderful project here. Let me explain how the challenge works, and then we'll get into this actual project and we'll make this project. So my social media challenge is going to work this way. It has a giveaway attached to it. So in order to be eligible for the drawing for the giveaway, you must be a visible and verifiable subscriber to my channel. And the way that you enter is that you leave a comment below. So if you're a subscriber to my channel, you leave a comment below, you're automatically entered in this challenge. And this challenge is going to be open from today, May 24th, through June 9th. So that'll give everyone plenty of time, if they want to participate, to get some additional entries for this challenge. And here's how you get those additional entries. So if you do a VR for this, you're going to earn 10 additional entries. Your VR must be your rendition of this project using whatever papers and however you want to dress it up. Totally up to you, your take. And then in your description box, you need to have a link back to this video. And another way to earn some additional entries, Facebook. So if you post to your Facebook channel your project, your rendition, your version of this, if you post that to your Facebook channel, and I will be providing the link to this video, you share the link to this video in your Facebook, then you'll also get 10 extra entries. So let's say you choose to post to Instagram and you're making your version of this challenge project, then you'll also earn 10 extra entries if you use the hashtag POSHPAPERLADY, and it must be hashtag POSHPAPERLADY. Then I'll also provide the URL address that you also need to include in that description. And guys, everything that I'm going over right here will be in the description box, so make sure that you pay particular attention to that because it's going to answer all of your questions. So this challenge is open to all subscribers, US and outside of the US. This is a social media challenge, so nothing needs to be sent to me. You need to leave a comment below, either do a VR, Facebook post, Instagram post, or you can do all three and earn 30 additional entries. Completely up to you how you want to do it, but it all starts with leaving a comment below. So make sure that you do that. And the prize for this challenge is awesome. It is something that I absolutely cannot craft without. It is one of those things that has made crafting for me so much easier. And I'll show you exactly what the prize is. The prize is this awesome sticker maker by Xyron, the Creative Station. And you can actually adhere adhesive to the back of sheets that are as wide as 9 inches. And it is such a wonderful thing to work with. It does not require any electricity, and you can turn any piece of paper up to 9 inches wide into a sticker. You can actually run ribbon through it. You can run cork through it. I have put sticker backing on so many different materials. It is awesome. So this is what my prize will be for this social media challenge that I'm hosting. If my winner is in the United States, that is the prize that I'll be awarding. And if you're outside of the US, I'll actually be doing a PayPal gift instead of incurring the cost of shipping that. And that PayPal gift will be in the amount of $50. So please make sure that you watch this quick video in its entirety, or you might miss something very important. Let's jump into the project. And it is a greeting card / gift wallet made using 2 envelopes. The size of the envelope that you choose to use is totally up to you. So when you open it up, you have your place to write, and then you have a pocket here that you can tuck your card in. And I have decorated mine using this beautiful paper by Authentique. And you can use whatever paper you want. And when you do yours, you might decide that you want the message portion over here, or you want the message portion to be half this size with something else down here. It does not have to look like this, but it will need to be constructed of 2 envelopes in this manner in some way. So I am going to show you how I made this one, and hopefully that'll inspire you to do it as well. So here is what you need to make this project. And guys, I'm not going to give measurements on this because what you use might be different from what I'm using. So you need to start with 2 envelopes. The size that you choose to use are totally up to you. Then you're going to need a mat that can be written on and a mat that will mat that too. Then I have 3 mats that will cover my envelope. Then I have a mat that I'll be using to cover the flap. Then I have a piece that I'll be using as the liner for the actual gift card portion of this. And then I have a piece that I'll be using to trace out for the inside of my envelope. And all of this will make sense in a minute. And then I dissected the envelope so that I could have the shape that I needed to make sure that my pieces were going to fit. Okay, so to start our project, we're going to start with 2 envelopes. And I am going to take one of the envelopes and just cover it in tape. You can use glue for this if you want, but I'm just going to use tape. Then I'm going to take the second envelope, and I want the flap portion of that envelope facing this way. And you can put yours in the other direction if you want, but I just want mine to be like this so that it'll flap open in that direction. Then I'm going to smooth this down, and now we have our gift card booklet. And so now that we have our booklet, I am going to bring in 2 mats. And what I did, whatever size your envelope is, I reduced it by 1/4 inch this way and this way so that I could have a nice white border around. So if your envelope is a 5 by 7, you would reduce it to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Whatever size envelope you're working with, cut your mat, your outside mat, to be 1/4 inch smaller. So now I'm going to take my tape and cover this in tape. And I'm going to take this and just place it down, and I'll try to get it even on the 4 sides. And then I'll flip it over to the back side, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'll lay this one down, trying to get it even. And now you can see that mine is starting to take shape. I've got my front and my back covered. Now I'm going to open it up. So I'm going to place this mat down, and I've used the same process. So I used my envelope size and I reduced it by 1/4 inch. So this mat is 1/4 inch smaller than that envelope portion there. And if you follow that formula, when you're doing yours and you decide to do it to sort of mirror what I'm doing, that is the process that you would follow. So I am going to take this and place it down. So then I'm going to go ahead and place down my mat. So what I did here to get this mat size is whatever size I have here, I reduced the length and the width by 1/2 inch. So let's say this was started out as 4 by 5. Then I would be reducing this to 3.5 by 4.5. And that is the size I would use on this mat. So I'm going to add my tape. And then I'm going to place this down and get it centered. And then on this piece, I've got just a little bit of ink on this, my distress ink. And I'm just going around the edges because I don't want it to be too stark white. So you can see that I just dirtied that up a little bit. And basically what I'm doing here is whatever size my chocolate mat is, I'm then taking the mat that I'll be using to write on, and I am reducing this by 1/2 inch. So if this is 3.5 by 4, this would now become 3 by 3.5. And I'm not giving any exact measurements because you might be using a different size envelope, and that's why I'm sharing with you the process that I used to figure out how to lay down my mats. So now I'll take this mat and get it centered just like that. And now we're going to start working on this side. And so what I did is I have some pieces that are basically filler pieces. So I'm going to fit this down on the inside like this. And so I placed some glue on the back, and all I did to get this to fit inside is, if this is 6 by 4, then I reduced it by 1/4 inch. So I am using a size that is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, and that is how I would get this to fit. It's all about just reducing your size. So now I'm going to take this, slide it on the inside, and you can see that I have a very nice little lining to the inside of this. So now that we have that lined, we're going to go ahead and line this. And like I said, what I did was I dissected one of my envelopes. I just cut it apart. I cut out my flap, and then I cut out my bottom piece. And all I need to do at this point is I simply need to hold it down, and I am just going to do a rough trace. And then I'm going to use my scissors, and I'll basically be cutting inside of my line, and I'm going to come in about 1/8 inch inside of my trace mark. And I'll do this all the way around, so I'm going to follow the pattern of this, coming in about 1/8 inch and just following that trace line. And then once you've traced it out, place it down to see what type of a fit you have, and if you need to do any adjustments, you can go back and just trim off more and more until you have it looking the way that you want. I'm okay with this, so I am going to place some glue on the back, and we're going to place this down. Okay, so now that I have my glue on the back, I am going to take this and lay it down, move it over if I need to. Then I'll use my bone folder to get this nice and stuck. And you can see how this really is finishing off our project beautifully. So now I'm going to take my extra piece, and I'm going to trace out my flap in the same way. So I'm going to lay it down on my paper and just do a very rough trace. And just like before, I have my trace here, and I am going to cut about 1/8 inch inside. And of course, my cut won't be perfect, but it'll be good enough. All right, so let's check it to see what type of a fit we have. And I see that I can take off just a little bit more over here. So it's a very easy process. Just come in and trim off just a little bit until you get the desired look that you want for yours. So let me try it again. And I'm okay with how that looks. So now I'll take my glue, and I'm going to put this down using glue. So now that we have this, we basically have our project completed. I am going to go back off camera because you guys don't need to see me do this again. I'll be tracing out this piece and placing it on the underside of here just so that I can have that nice finished look. And here is a little tip on another thing that I'll be doing. I will laminate these templates and store them so that when I want to do this project again, I'll already have my templates cut out for those particular envelopes. And now we can go ahead and decorate, and I'm going to keep mine simple. I have this sticker that says Man of the Year. And I'm going to place that right there in the center. Then I'm going to place just a couple of my gems, one at the top, one at the bottom, and I love how this is turning out. So then when I open up the inside, I'm going to take this little sending love and hugs and put it right there. And we now have a gorgeous, gorgeous way to send a message along with a gift card or whatever you want to put in here. You could actually put just a cute little tag on the inside. We have this wonderful way of doing it, and I absolutely love how easy it is to make these and just how cute. Now, this is my take on this. I would love to see your take on it. And check that description box for a recap on how my first ever social media challenge is going to work. Because guys, I am super excited. I had wanted to do this for a while, and I finally decided, okay, I'm just going to do it. And so I hope that you guys will jump on board and support this, and I'd love to see your take on these projects. And the way that I see your take is going to be through a VR, Facebook, or Instagram. So y'all, have fun with this. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.